and welcome to day 5, I think, of Vlogmas this year. It is the 10th, Sunday 10th, and apologies for the very bright overhead light. I've had to put the big light on because the light is so poor. It is, with just the lamps on, it is way too dark, and it's definitely too dark without them on. So, knitting progression. I have finished sleeve number 2. I reknit the colour work at the top of the sleeve. I don't remember which sleeve it was now, and I got halfway down the sleeve last night, down the main part that's just red, and I finished off the sleeve this morning and the cuff at some point. It is afternoon now, which is why it's so dark, but I finished the cuff probably around lunchtime. So that's both sleeves done, and I have started the rib on the collar. I want to get the neckline done so that it sits right when I try it on, to know how long I want to knit the body, because the body's not finished. It is about 2 inches below the collar work, which is where I left it and just put it on hold because I don't know how long I want it. I think it'll probably be hip length. I don't think it'll be super long. When I come to do the blue and white version, which after the epic I've been having with this won't be until at least in the new year, I think. We'll see how I feel once I've finished off all the projects. But that one's going to be a sweater, and I think I'll do that one a bit longer, more along the lines of the length I did for my Skog and Fjall sweater. Whereas this being a cardigan that I'll probably want to be able to wear over a dress, I will probably do about hip length, I think. So with it's really blowing out with this light, so apologies. With doing the collar first, when I try it on, it'll sit properly on the shoulders rather than being on the non-stretchy short cable that it was on before. So that's what I want to get done. I want to get this finished this evening. Well, yeah, it'll get finished this evening. I've done 3 rows so far, and I did 6 on the cuffs, so it'll be at least 6, no more than 8 rows. I will have a look at it after 6 rows and then decide if I want to knit any more after that. So that shouldn't take too long at all, and I have enough yarn to do that. I'm just about to join in the rest of this ball, and yes, I feel like I'm finally in the home straight with this. I'm not really, because I still have the rest of the bottom, the body to knit, and the waistband and the steek and the button bands to do, but for some reason it kind of feels like we're in the home straight now that the sleeves are done. So that is how far I've gotten with this, and I haven't progressed at all on my sock because I just want this finished now. It is my main focus as far as yarny things are concerned, but I'm kind of ready to move on. I'm not ready to cast anything new on. I have no inclination to cast anything new on at all. I just want to get things finished now. So priorities are the cardigan, the Christmas socks, and then probably my autumn sweater, my striped sweater, because they are mostly done. One has one sleeve done. The striped sweater has one sleeve done. The autumn sweater has both sleeves to do, but both bodies are mostly done, so those will be priority after these. So yes, that is my knitting update for today. I've decided to make a little Christmassy area over here in my kitchen. I usually do a little kind of a hot chocolate coffee snack kind of area, and I have done for a few years now. I have a photo here of a previous year on my phone, if it will focus. There we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing something so fancy. I don't think so, because I think I have gotten rid of a few of the different things that I used to use, like the glass dome. I couldn't find that last year. So I'm just going to pull some things together and make a little display, kind of a snack area. It's honestly not one of my best, but every year I've kind of scaled it back, and we haven't done the Christmas food shop properly yet. We've only got some bits and pieces that we've bought over the last few weeks on the run up to December. Planning on doing food shop this week. I'm sure there'll be some other bits and pieces and some sweets and stuff that goes on here. Normally I have more things like candy canes and what have you, but like I says, I haven't done the food shop and we have scaled it back. There is only me and John here at Christmas, whereas in previous years we've had Mum here, or we've had visitors come over the Christmas period. So I'll get some more when I've been food shopping. There'll be some more bits and pieces, like I said, that'll go up with these, but for now it's a start, and it didn't take too long to do either. Just a quick update as I am about to head off to bed, and it's not super late, but it is time, and the light again is still very poor. I cast off the collar on the cardigan and I am not happy with it. I know, it feels like I keep having to re-knit every part of this garment. The problem is that the white yarn, the type of yarn it is completely different to the red. The red is 100% wool and it's nice and springy. The white, if I turn it around, is it's a wool alpaca acrylic blend, and it's going to really blow out on the camera here, but it is really open the gauge is really open in comparison to the red, even though this is supposed to be a chunky yarn, and it's got very little bounce in it. The rib looks terrible, especially when you compare it to the rib on the cuff, which is nice and springy and bouncy. This is just nothing. There's nothing there. It's really stretched out. The top of the cardigan is really wide, and it keeps slipping back off my shoulders when I tried it on, and that's even before I've steeked it. So the second time I knit the top of this, I picked up just above where I'd started the colour work, and I ripped out the top and I knit it bottom up. What I think I'm going to do tomorrow, because I'm not doing it now, is pick up just above the colour work again, rip it back again, and actually, instead of knitting it on the 6mm, which is what the rest of the body is knit on, is I'm going to use the 5mm that I've been using for the rib to knit the top part of the body, which should close up the gauge considerably, and it'll mean it won't be quite so baggy and loose on the shoulders. As if I'm hitching it up already and it's not even finished yet. It's going to drive me crazy. I did consider just thinking, oh, it's just a Christmas sweater, it doesn't really matter, but I think it will bother me quite a lot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to knit the top couple of inches on that tighter gauge. It should look fine because it's stretching out so big, and it kind of looks looser than the rest of the garment anyway. I think dropping down a needle size, it won't look strange, it'll look fine. And I will drop down another needle size for the top rib, either a 4.5, I think I'll start with 4.5mm and see how it looks. I can always pull back and drop down to 4. I think 4.5 will be enough, especially once I've cinched up the rest of the top of the shoulder area. So that is the plan on this for tomorrow. All I've done this evening after finishing that and not knowing what to do was just knit a little bit on the bottom. I've only done, I don't know, half a dozen rows on the bottom. I'm getting close to running out of the red yarn as well, so I have 2 balls left, so I will knit another little bit on the bottom and try on for length, and then start working on the rib, because I need to leave enough of the red yarn for the button band, because even changing the gauge for the white at the top, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have enough, I can't find the ball, there it is, of the white left over to do the button bands. I don't think. Besides, they'll be stretched out and sloppy, so I don't know. We'll figure that when we come to it. So I'm going to head to bed now, and I shall see you on the next video. Night night.